Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Diva Meghan lays down the law with TV, and Harry is terrified. Too terrible! Our diva is increasing her price. It's not easy to invite her to events or shows. This doesn't sound very favorable, right? But it's okay. Increasing her price is her business, and inviting her or not is the business of the big guys. And the big guys don't have time to pay attention to small trash at the bottom of society, right? I mean, Meghan is just a cockroach that appears everywhere, and anyone who doesn't pay attention will trampled to death immediately. But I still wonder why Meghan thinks she is a diva. On what basis? Or does she think that just because she participated in those interviews that defame the royal family on TV, she deserves the title of A-list celebrity? Okay. The more she tries to cover it up, the more I want to expose the truth. I want to expose Meghan's intentions in those evil interviews. You know, when you have these big tell-all interviews and they sit down one-on-one, it may seem a little like the Oprah Winfrey thing, where Harry and Meghan were supposed to reveal everything. And if you remember the fakery of Meghan's big reveal about the fact that she was expecting her daughter, remember that? All of this would have been discussed, arranged, and, more crucially, agreed upon and paid for. You don't give a huge surprise like that away for nothing. But the spontaneity was, oh, you know, I'm just sharing this with you. You see how it works? This is how the publicity machine currently works, and Harry must get used to it. But what was amazing in his recent documentary over here, of course, about taking on the tabloids and all that sort of things, tabloids on trial, was how genuine everything was. In addition, I really want to know if you guys think the same as me. If anyone thinks that Meghan and Harry's media appearances are prearranged and not trustworthy, please comment number 1. And anyone who believes what Meghan and Harry say can comment number 2. I really want to know how many of you are my soulmates. I know a lot of you appreciated the Dana Gillespie video. It is still available for others to enjoy. She's a fascinating girl who has literally met and worked with everyone. And she's one of those people who has, you know, a book out and a new album. But she's also got an interesting tale about what it was like for women in the early, middle, and late 1960s trying to make it big in the music industry. In many ways, it's similar to now. But as she pointed out, things were fundamentally different, and I believe her generation had far more influence than, say, today's ladies. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. As I mentioned, she is a fascinating lady. Dana Gillespie is always free and available, only on this channel, correct? Back to your royal tale for the day. This was intended to break a bunch of pots last week. You know, tabloids are on trial. It included Hugh Grant, who was talking about his time working on hacking crimes and such. The long-forgotten singer Charlotte Church decided she didn't want fame and tried a few other things that didn't work out for her. And, of course, the former international player Paul Gascoigne. But the documentary's undisputed star, in ITN's opinion, was none other than the erstwhile well-known Prince Harry. They did contact the Prince of Wales, His Royal Highness Prince William, but he politely declined to discuss it further. However, according to a source, Prince Harry was told that the issue was still being discussed with his elder brother. Is that why Harry decided to say yes? More crucially, it became the main point of the documentary. Let me clarify. Becca Barry, the journalist who was interviewing him, said, "There's a little piece that you just know when working in television that allows everything to slip away." Harry mistakenly stated at the start, "Oh, nice to meet you in person," letting us know that there had been extended chats via Zoom, specifying exactly the questions in advance, the direction of the story, the level of filming, and, you know, the long shots of Harry chatting directly to the camera. He had the ultimate say over what he was going to wear, the set, the lighting, and the final edit, ensuring that he looked great. You'll observe that the question regarding missing evidence in the next trials is rapidly answered, or at least quickly posed, but never answered and drifts away without explanation. One thing that didn't go as planned was that, of course, Meghan had the final word over Miss Barry. Oh, sure. According to a well-placed insider, Meghan has complete control over the Harry and Meghan Roadshow, the media empire, and she wanted to know exactly what questions Miss Barry would ask, her style, and so on. So she was provided showreels to review. You understand that she is a media specialist. Second, ITN continues to refuse to admit or reveal whether Prince Harry received a fee or whether he donated money to the Heart of Invictus, which I'm sure was a noble cause. You see how it works. Behind the scenes, ITN made a lot of money selling these clips all around the world. Not as much as prior stuff, but still quite worthwhile. Unfortunately for them, ITN, this was not a ratings success with viewers that night. It wasn't one of the biggest hits, but it doesn't matter now. It's all about the clips. And if you watch them digitally, you'll see how much money they're going to make selling them to other news organizations. So, if Harry expected tabloids on trial to resurrect and reframe the narrative of his, understandably, difficult relationship with the media, it simply did not work. But, as always, ITN has been extremely quiet, expecting more future interviews with the former king. Harry is now a show pony, used to sell tacky docus with washed-up, forgotten celebrities. Besides, ITV must have money to waste. Why interview Harry? He has nothing new to say. Why waste money on old lies? Fiction, which is all in Harry's mind. But they never happened? Personally, I never want to hear Harry's voice or see his face ever again. I am sick of hearing that Prince Harry had opened up in a tell-all interview. He never stops opening up and telling all. Life passes very quickly, and Harry should be enjoying precious times with his children, not dwelling on past wrongs or perceived wrongs. If he is truly happy, then what has gone before should now be just a fading memory. Surely one day, his father will be gone, and he has wasted all this time looking back instead of supposedly enjoying the life he has now. If he were truly happy, he would not be wasting his time with these idiotic court cases. I know who would have imagined such vulgarity would ensue after he married this piece of work. He was warned, but he is so headstrong and impetuous that he just carried on regardless. On the other hand, if Meghan controls all aspects of Harry's interviews, why was her own career such a colossal failure? Some say she was never more than a glorified extra. Even in Suits, she had an Emmy Award-winning dad and a Hollywood producer husband. Still, she couldn't make it. I say lack of talent and a refusal to collaborate with others on set. Life passes very quickly, and Harry should be enjoying precious times with his children, not dwelling on past wrongs or perceived wrongs. If he is truly happy, then what has gone before should now be just a fading memory. Perhaps it is because of Meghan that many negative thoughts about women have been said. In the 60s, women fought for their rights of choice and equality. Women had the opportunity to do what they wanted, with the respect given, for the most part. Of course, they weren't always half naked at the time, demanding respect whilst looking like a working girl. The morals are so different now. Women debase themselves regularly and call out anyone who says anything negative towards them. Do they know what they look like? You can't really have any amount of power or respect from anyone, or demand respect if you are regularly wearing almost nothing or inappropriately dressed. Talent was needed then in the 60s, it's not needed now. That's the difference. Women have ignored the dissolution of their rights and left it to other people. Now it's too late. They did have more power then because they took it, standing together in support, not against each other. Is this actually true? Can you share your thoughts in the comments? I would love to know if this is true and if everyone has their own opinion. Please prove your opinion in the comments. Okay, back to our main topic, the shows featuring Harry and Meghan. I watched the program and was appalled at the lengths the tabloids went to. I thought that Hugh Grant spoke eloquently, but was devastated by the Paul Gascoigne footage. My heart broke for him. As for Harry, the smug smirks say it all. Again, mainly what he felt with no proof and just feeding on the actual distress of others. Bringing in his mother and the late Queen, absolutely disgraceful. But if and how much he was paid is none of our business. How much lower can he sink? Not only that, they complain about the tabloids, but they are a constant source of information as a close source to the royal couple. The hypocrisy is nauseating. Moreover, he only mentioned his wife, the one without a name, and no children mentioned. I guess he keeps forgetting he has none. That's right. It doesn't matter how much they dictate the way the interview should go. They both end up telling plain lies that people pick up straight away. Their memories are far worse than their imaginations. Because they are imaginations and not facts. Let the royal family lay down the law and demand DNA testing for the Harkle's kids or all titles removed. It is not wrong to say that grifters got to grift. Of course, he was paid, and I don't think any donation to charity would have been made. Why change the habit of a lifetime? While, if Harry received no payment for the ITV program, There would surely have been the usual note at the bottom of the screen saying that he wasn't paid anything. If, however, Harry had paid and donated his fee to Invictus, I'm sure that the whole world would have been told. With bells on, that only leaves the third option, which was Harry kept the fee. Can you see? The rank hypocrisy exhibited by this shady character who uses the same medium he's attempting to decimate to spread his own brand of propaganda, reimagined history, is utterly astounding. He's effectively created a retrial of a matter that was prosecuted, settled decades ago, not because he has further evidence that warrants it, but because he's decided that the punishment simply wasn't good enough. That makes him a common vigilante who's abusing his privileged position, not some fantasy righteous crusader. One day, and it will come very soon, time moves quickly, two kids are going to ask, "Mom, Dad, are you ashamed of us? Why don't we see our grandfathers, our cousins, our aunts and uncles? Why does nobody talk to us?" Harry grew up in a large family surrounded by loving people of all ages. Is this guy brainwashed? He has got to remember surely what a good life and support he had, and that would be unfair to his children. Well, that's all for today's video. Thank you very much for watching our video, and I want to know what you think about these issues. Please express your opinion in the comments below. Hope you will always be cheerful and happy. Don't forget to support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Goodbye and see you again in the next videos.